Hey guys, so welcome, and just doing a quick demonstration of some of the models for SketchUp problem set number 2 and in EDT. And we'll start with number 1 here, and as you begin I want to remind you that you want to look at this and kind of think ahead, like what are the steps to create these models. So for example, number 1 would be a base, extrusion, a square hole going through, square hole this way, and then another hole. Okay. For example, let me do number one first, and we'll go on from there. So going back to SketchUp, I'm going to start with just a reference to the origin. I'm going to come back with a line that's going to be 4 inches to here, and here it's zoomed out. So here's our line. I'm going to create a surface for the back part, which is going to be like this, which is going to be 6,1 inches, and there it is. And I'll raise that up 6 inches. Just move your mouse in the direction, type in the distance, and then it should do it. I'm going to use the offset tool to click on the surface and offset it 1 inch away from the outside edge out to here. So I'm typing 1 as far as the offset distance from the edge, enter, and there it is. And I'll bring this out 4 inches, 4, enter. And for the top surface, I'm going to click on the surface and create sorry, not this. I'm going to use the offset again and create a 1 inch offset from the sides, and I'll go ahead and go through this, rotate around with your scroll button, click on the back surface and cut through. We'll just use the offset button again on this face here and type in a 1, enter for that size. And I'm going to push through and type in a 1, enter to get to there. Use the select button, click on the surface, push delete on your keyboard, and it opens that up, and I'll just click on this line to heal that surface, and here as well. On the back side to go through. Right, so I'm going to use offset to click on the surface, and this is going to be a 2 inch offset because this small square here is 2 inches from this edge over here in the large surface. So I'll type in a 2, enter, it'll be a 2 inch offset, and I'll push this through to this surface here, click on the surface, and I'm going to use this to remove that, open it up, and again heal that one and heal that one. Alright. The next is to put this hole here, and the hole is a 1 inch diameter and has a 0.5 radius right in the center there. So I'm going to go back to here and use a pencil just as a reference, bring this up to the center, which is going to be 2, enter, and I'll use my circle command and come out 0.5 for the radius, and I want to erase this line and this line, and then I'll just go ahead and push this through and click on the back surface, and I should be done. Alright, so there's number 1. Okay, for model number 2, let me go through this one, creating this base and then the arcs and the holes going through the sides, as well as a hole going through this base part here. So number 2 is a 4x6 base. So I'm going to create this base and then kind of modify it. So I'm going to go back to SketchUp here. So I'm going to click on View Extend so it kind of centers this, and create a 4x6 base like this. So type in 4,6. Right, there it is. I'm going to bring this up 2 inches, and then create in the top surface here a couple of rectangles to kind of work with. So this is going to be a 4,1 rectangle here in the corner this way, 4,1 again to create that one. I want to bring these up 2 inches, both of these, and then create the curves over here in the midpoint. Rotate this around a little bit. There we go. There's that one. And while I have it going, I'll create this one as well. There's this one. Okay. Kind of push these across to here, this one to here. And I'm just going to go ahead and erase these lines so they're not in the way for when I'm creating the hole. Like that. There it is. Go ahead and create this hole, which is it's a 2 inch diameter. Right here we go. So I'm going to mouse over until it finds the center. Sometimes you have to mouse on the edge and it'll find the center point for you. I'll say this is a 1 radius. What I'm going to do is push this through both of them and create the cut, that one like that. I'm going to use something called Intersect Faces with Model to create the other one. So click on the surface here, right click on this, Intersect Faces with Model, and then what that does is it creates an edge here and over there. Now I can click on this and delete it, and click on the faces and delete these guys, and I have my cut on both sides. Oops. Right. Okay, so there it is. Let's Intersect Faces with Model. To create the slope down here, so it actually needs to come down 1 inch. I'm actually going to draw this in, coming in like this 1 inch here, and come across, pushing this shift key. I can have it intersect with this edge here with the inference, and come up like that. And I'm going to also draw from this point down in the model to here. You won't see it, but it's going through there, here to here, to create the slope. And I'm just going to go ahead and delete this edge then, and there's that edge that I just created. Okay, and so it's set. Next thing is there's a 1 inch hole in here. I'm going to use a, just use this as a reference line, and create my hole from the midpoint, and it's a 0.5 diameter radius hole, and I'll erase these guys here, here, and here. Okay. When I push this through, because it's at an angle and the bottom surface is not at the same, it's not parallel to the bottom surface, I'm going to bring it through like this. Again, there's no edge right there to cut from, so I'm going to select the surface here, right click, and Intersect Faces with Model. Again, that creates the edge right there. Now I can delete this, click on the surface, and I have my hole through. Right. So there it is. This is number 2, all set. Okay, so the rest of these are pretty similar as far as like laying out a surface, extruding it across, creating the curves, creating the holes. And this number 7 is a little bit different, and we're going to use a revolve tool, which is called the Follow Me tool in SketchUp. So let me get this going. So this has a, if you look at this, this has a 2 inch diameter cylinder that extrudes out. That's called a boss. Okay, so this boss is a 1 inch extrusion of a 2 inch, it's a 2 inch diameter boss that extrudes out 1 inch. It has a half of a sphere here that is 6 inches across, so it's a 6 inch diameter half sphere. Okay, so we're going to create a sketch of this and then do the use the Follow Me tool. Okay, so going back to SketchUp then, I'm going to delete this and get started here. So what I'm going to do is actually create a surface to draw on for this one, because this is specific. I need to create like actually a quarter of this, a picture of a quarter of this as just a thin paper sketch, and then I'm going to revolve it around 360. That's the plan. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a just kind of like a surface to draw on. So I'm going to start here and bring up my surface so that it's 3 high and 4 deep. Okay, and so I'll say this is going to be 4, 3. There it is. All right. So again, let me just measure this. So this is 3 inches here and 4 inches there. Okay. And not going to begin drawing on this surface I need to create. So I'm going to draw the pencil. Actually, I'm going to use the tape measure. I'm going to come down, create a guide point 1 inch down. There's my guide point right there. There's the guide point. And then I'm going to create a line that goes across 1 inch for part of the boss. I'm going to come into the bottom here for this. And then I'm going to create, using the Pi tool. Pi tool, remember, has 3 points: the center, start of the radius, and end of the radius here. I'm going to erase this line here, and these two, and this one. And so I've created the sketch of the quarter of this model. All right. Next, for the Follow Me tool, it has to have a path, and I'll need to have it centered right on this edge here, because it's going to rotate around this center. I'll come across, and then use this tool here and create the path. Alright, and I'm actually going to delete this just to show you that all I really need is this path here. So I'm going to revolve this surface, this face, 360 degrees around. and the axis is along this edge here. Alright, so first thing to do for the follow me tool is I'm going to choose the path, and then follow me tool, and click on the surface, and that's it. It rotates around. I can delete this now, and it should be good. For the guides, I can go to view and turn off guides to get rid of the guide I made. Okay, and there we are. There's my model. Okay, hopefully that helps. And have a great day. Bye.